are made of as we get into the bans.
Well, the good old banning phase, you love to see it. Now, obviously, with the banning phase, you normally have someone to cut off bunker, and that is normally the Flores as well as the Thatcher as your main two bans. However, a knock is quite a common ban recently. Such an operator that has been so oppressive within the attacking side for such a long period of time. It's expected that she would be removed off the board, but for the defensive side of bans, you'd expect to see a Mirror, you expect to see a Valkyrie, you expect to see a Solus, you expect to see an Azami. Those are your normal sorts of bans, but what do you think?
Yeah, well, as you said, you saw that Flores taken out there by Trident. Although they're on the attack first, they're deciding to not use it. A very interesting ban, seeing the smoke taken out, Trident deciding that they don't need it and they don't want to verse it. So that bunker becomes considerably more difficult to hold, as smoke is your most common operator to hold there, but you do have the chunker in your back pocket. On occasion, you can see an Ella playing inside of there with the shotgun. And our final ban, Azami, being taken out by Kill Squad, obviously not wanting to deal with it on that top floor, or if they were watching the last match too, it was being utilized quite well on that bottom floor as well.
Now that smoke is such a significant ban, because not only is it a big operator change that they all have to adapt to on the side of Kill Squad, but it is also quite a common ban picked up immediately by Rice. And unfortunately, he's not going to get that option for this setup and his normal strategies that he would set up, especially on this bottom floor. And it's going to be a little bit problematic for him to make his moves, him to make his playstyles really sort of known in these positions. But as we can see, it's going to be an immediate normal competitive start. They're going to go straight to bottom floor, and Culture jumping on the who can. It is the Cap can.
Yeah, very interesting to see them go downstairs straight after the smoke ban. It will be very much a statement to try that, hey, we don't need the smoke to hold this. We can play downstairs and we're ready for you regardless. So I look forward to seeing how Trident plays this downstairs attack as we head into our first round.
Well, interesting. No one's going to spawn outside of construction, so this is going to look like something like a freezer and main sort of take until they can get that hatch open with the Habana that they brought by Zebi. But it all depends on really how they approach it, how they want to operate this sort of setup. Right now, I don't believe anyone is going to be on the roam upstairs. There was Ben almost sitting up there, but it looks like he's chosen just to fall back a little bit. And so a lot of KS is just going to give up this top floor. It's going to be a little bit of a time waste, especially with the live drones having to come through and try and having to clear it nice and slowly, but they can give that period of time. They can give that section off to the rest of the team and really show that for now, Kill Squad don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, Trident was super quick in clearing that top floor. I'm wondering if they're going to be aware of this double play outside of Freezer and security here. Shuri going to be playing with fire. I wonder if they've got the intel here. Doesn't look like they do. Shuri is looking a little bit cautiously at every single angle possible. Best play here is going to be able to take that kitchen, but Culture going to rotate out of kitchen, give them that site, and they're just going to decide to retreat back. They decided they don't want to contest it. Too much risk with minimal reward. And just like that, they back off as we reach the halfway point of the round.
And that's something that you see from Kill Squad so incredibly often. They have the ability to just slow down any sorts of play from the enemy teams and just delay that time, and then they'll immediately fall back. They don't really need to make any sort of playstyles known, any sort of positions known that significantly until they have moved back from their position. It's just that threat of having to push forward. And now you can already see at the timer, it's starting to tick down. They're on 55 seconds. Shuri's starting to make his way in towards the freezer. But look at Rice. He's ready for a re-aggression. He is waiting to make his push up. Right now, though, looks like they've been able to remove possibly able to remove the cap cans, and they still haven't started getting this hatch, so they're playing with fire here. There's not going to be enough time for them to really play around, and there we go, the first kill. It will be a big one. Shuri's able to pick up Culture, but now all of Trident are going to be down to play this straight push here. They're going to need to gain the control. First one will come through. It will be Ben. Second peek will come in. It's going to be PU. He's going to be able to be taken down by Rice as he finds two. Taz will clean it up on the opposite end. Find two for himself. Faulty will make his push up. Needs to go back and forth. Able to find the one onto Taz. Nitro will go out. It will not find anything just yet. His diffuser's going to go down. But Faulty will find the kill. And that will be round number 1. Over to Kill Squad.
First round, just like that, over to Kill Squad. Absolutely monster clutch from Faulty. Beautifully played by both teams in that scenario. It was really just a frag fest. Who could refrag more? And Kill Squad came out on top of that one. Kill Squad going to be looking at heading to the top floor this time. A very similar lineup, but instead of that mirror, we're going to be looking at a Legion. But the rest, besides that, the same entire lineup. The Cap Can's going to be returning. Not entirely sure as to how beneficial it was last round. I don't think anyone walked into one.
Well, I find that the Cap Can is very useful for that. Well, when I play normally, it's very useful for those sorts of positions where you can just catch out people if they're clearing too quickly or not clearing enough. Now, obviously, with the Cap Can last round, it was identified that it wasn't clearing up enough of those. Well, they weren't clearing enough too slowly or too quickly, so they had the ability to actually identify it with the live droning that was coming through. What Culture is doing now is he's going to choose to actually put it immediately back in towards the site. The more cap cans he can place in that area, the more difficult it is going to be for Trident to really make their moves up, make their plays a lot quicker, and it will immediately cause them to not be as cautious when it comes to those cap cans. But now we'll start to see the move in. 3 members from Trident will start pushing their way into the small tower, needing to open up and try and see if they can find out the location of good old Ben, who's just going to be playing around. Once again, we're seeing this delay of time coming in from Kill Squad. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this round sort of presses out.
Yeah, I actually love to see the Legion pick. I feel like Legion doesn't get played enough in comp. He literally, although he only has impacts, his utility can be actually super frustrating. Because although it's not like old Legion where it does damage, just walking into those goo mines are actually so annoying. You lose your ability to sprint, you slowly take damage, they know you're there, like, it is just annoying. But Trident being super aggressive here, really wanting to take out that security. So I believe Buck can come beneath and safely make that vertical. But Rice going to be giving a rotate out for Ben. He's going to rotate out safely as Taz takes out Culture to start out the round. Unfortunate for Culture, a little bit of unfortunate for the early game, 0-2 to start us off, but Culture's one of those late round people. Get him warmed up, get him going, and he'll dominate your entire team late game.
Well, we start to see the moves from Trident being brought into play as they're slowly clearing their way up to this top floor. Rice and the rest of his teammates have done well to bleed off the timer at least a little bit, but they've lost a few members as a result, and there we go. That's the exact thing that I was talking about. They're not taking their time. They're pushing too quickly and not clearing for these cap cans. They were able to spot out Culture and find the kill onto him, but that's an immediate pick, and that is also a massive misplay from the side of Trident. They've actually dropped the diffuser in towards site. 2 members are going to jump in, but Faulty and Ben are just going to clean them up one by one. Pew's going to jump in, able to find Faulty. Zebby's able to find the kill on the Ben. 7's able to find 1. Now it's all down to 7 in a 2v1 situation. Impact will go out. It will secure 1. Pew is 1 bit of HP. Differential, looking for the push. He's just going back and forth. He's making a fakes. Seven's not going to read it. And Pew will find the kill as Trident, however sloppy, managed to pick up the round.
I think the only reason Seven loses that is because he impacted himself to low HP and it just kills your audio. You get that ringing of low HP and you cannot hear anything. So he just had to pick an angle and hope that that was the one he swung. So beautifully played by Pew. Good patience there to ensure that he chooses the right time to swing. And it was the perfect time indeed. We start off the game 1-1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they
Yeah, and absolutely unlucky there to Seven, who 100% knew exactly how he needed to play that. Had the positioning, knew exactly what he was doing, knew the health as well that Pew was on, and just misplayed in the last couple of seconds. But I think that just shows you, as I mentioned, of how iffy the cap cans can be. Trident pushing all of their members to one side of the map, and as a result you can immediately see it there as well. Culture identifies this. He's going to be setting up all of his cap cans on this side of the map rather than pushing in towards the A site, setting up around the A site towards main. But now look at that, it's an immediate switch up from Trident and a good pick, good option here. Taz, he looks like he's going to be going up to the top floor, trying to get as much info as he can. Drones will not come through as he's actually almost tapped in the head by a member of, I believe it was Ben from KS, as he'll make his way into the top of the third story, but they know that he's there and they could just wait out this timer.
Yeah, Kill Squad not looking to aggress too early. I think they've suddenly realized that their aggression hasn't been paying off too well. So they'll wait for Trident to walk into them rather than finding the gunfights themselves. And I think it's beautifully played by Trident. Oh, Sweat to take out Ben very early on. Beautiful frag. That's your Legion off the board. That utility not going to be able to be used late round. But I think it's a beautiful decision from Trident to change up your attack. I always feel like you should never run the same attack twice, because the team's just going to be prepared for it. Faulty to find out Pew, and that is your ace taken off the board, but I believe the wall is already opened. So it is just going to be the gun of the AK-12, which is a really fantastic gun, is going to be taken off. Faulty knows he's on low HP. He's going to try and sit here and see what he can do. They're going to be aware of it. Indeed, they are. Faulty. All he had was 1 HP. He had to make a dream of a play, and unfortunately did not work out for him.
Faulty, 1 HP in a dream is the normal call. Regardless, Culture, he's going to be underneath looking to see if he can spot one out. Will spot the head, but Shuri's able to confirm the kill. As a result, he'll push down and pick it up immediately. 7, able to make a trade. That will be on to Sweat. Now 3 players remaining for Trident. 2 players remaining for Kill Squad. Make it 1. It's all down to Rice. We've seen how he can control this situation. When you give him an SMG-11, he knows the position and the play styles of Trident. He can just sit and wait. You do not count out Rice in a 1v2. It's not the situation to count him out. He finds the angle, but just barely misses the head, as Shuri will confirm the kill. And Trident, they'll actually take the lead in this series.
This is what I was saying, Tiaki. All it takes is for Trident to have a look at some VODs, and they can just shut down Kill Squad, because Kill Squad have everything to lose here. Now, it is only 3 rounds in, so we can't rule it out entirely, but Trident looking very, very promising on this attack.
Well, as you said as well, Kill Squad, they are known for their late game sort of playstyle. They like to come in a bit later than most teams, but when they do, they are a very scary prospect. And now we'll start to see it again. Kill Squad making a very educated decision here. They've won 1 round downstairs, lost 2 rounds upstairs. So why don't you just go down during the 3 more rounds that you have and just secure another round? It's the best option. and probably the best way to approach it. So that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be going all the way downstairs to hold it nice and easily up against the good old playstyle of Trident. And we'd hope that Trident probably wouldn't approach it in the same sort of way that they were last time. Pings were coming out for the drones, as already 2 will be removed off the board. Maybe a 3rd coming in there at the end. Regardless though, we're still looking to see if Trident can move their players in effectively, and we'll be able to spot Sweat here making his entrance in towards the upstairs. He'll be clearing inside of Master, trying to get as many members from the top floor removed. But once again, Kill Squad, they're just going to sit in these positions. They can pull as much time as possible. And as we saw last round, it all came down to that time period that everything had to rush.
Yeah, very much just came down to refrags. So even if it does come to down to that situation again, Trident could be the ones that that come out on top of that. So we can't rule out this just yet. But those Dokkaebi calls going to be going out, going to say, "Hey, I'm sitting right here." Culture's going to be pressured pretty heavily, but he's going to have a bit of support from the team. Rice is going to come up and give him a bit of help, and this is just what I love to see from Kill Squad. Their ability to partner together to get themselves back to site is just, there's nothing quite like it.
I mean, you can already see how much time has been bled off the board. They've killed off about a minute at the very beginning. And now there's a minute and 30 seconds left, and they still haven't droned everything out. They're still live droning and making sure that no players are in any position upstairs. So they're doing exactly what they need to here to gain as much info as possible. But at the same time, it's becoming so... It's so inefficient. They're just taking so much time to clear because they're scared of the positions of Kill Squad. So you got to give it to Kill Squad. So far, in my opinion, they're playing this incredibly well. And with 60 seconds remaining on the board, Trident, they're going to need to speed this up.
Yeah, indeed they are. And it seems to be the same sort of playstyle from last round where it was really slow to get this going. But they do have the Capitao this time. Capitao wasn't brought last time. It might be interesting to see how it can be played, but Shuri is going to take out Culture, who always believe he was hiding over on the stage. Faulty going to take a very heavy bleed. Sweat going to take out Ben. And this is looking very different from last time, where 30 seconds left and Trident are in a 5v3. Faulty going to have to pull a miracle out of somewhere. The C4 are going to get shut out. 7 going to find out Shuri. It's a 2v4 right now. The boy is going to go for the plant over at Trident. Easily done. It's going to become a post-plant situation for Kill Squad here. Taz going to shut out 7, and Rice left in that 1v4 with not really a lot that he can do here. 40 seconds to get it done, and Zebi going to come out and take out Rice. And what a round from Trident. Trident out here making the statement that I said they needed to make.
Well, I mean, you can easily see it right now. Kill Squad, they are fumbling out of the gate. Trident are playing so incredibly well right now in comparison to the way that Kill Squad are. They identified their problems in the last round that they played, and you can see it again. Kill Squad, they're wondering what's going on. They're going back to their sites saying, okay, we know how they're going to push it. What have we done wrong? And then it just doesn't seem to work. So my concern right now for Kill Squad is they've lost now 3 rounds in a row. The momentum is heavily in Trident's favor. What do you change? The best you can find here is a 3-3. Right now, Kill Squad, they're just looking on the back burner. They need to identify exactly the best way to push, the best way to position themselves. And I don't think right now, and like right there you can see it, the shield being brought for normally Bunker is immediately going to be refused and removed, and it's going to be reset in a preparation for a main and freezer take. But then again,
We've got the
Trident, they're going straight for the downstairs bunker take.
I don't think Kill Squad are going to be ready for this. They, as I said, don't do the same attack twice because you need, the other team's going to be ready for it and they're going to rotate all their utility for it. So we're going to be sitting outside of here, Trident with 4 players. Blitz is going to run in, bend to instantly take out Blitz. They were ready for this, but they still aggress down that elbow. 7 to take out Sweat, Shuri to find Faulty. It's a kill fest back and forth. But Kill Squad to come out on top, a 2v4 between Zebi and never mind, it's a 1v3. Pew, last man alive. He does still have that Dokkaebi call, but he's going to make a lot of noise towards that main. And I believe Ben is going to be sitting there watching him. He indeed is.
And I mean,
Absolutely.
now you've got one member that's just left for the side of Trident, pushing the exact location that Kill Squad were looking to watch originally. You can see the amount of issues that may end up having, but right now, at this stage, Pew, you've got so much against you, mate. You've got a lot to look for here. And I don't think... there you go. The smiley face coming in. They know that the rush didn't work out, but they're happy regardless that they're playing. And I believe he's just going to... Trident! Let's go! Nice work, Pew. Keep it up with the rest of your team now. As now, I want to see you try and win this round to your best ability, my friend. There's still 2 players on the left and right, but he's going to immediately be cleaned up. Rice able to find the kill. And a little bit of taunting going on there without actually taunting Kill Squad directly, but taunting to the camera.
Yeah, look, I think the Trident being drawn there by Pew means the vibes of Trident are not affected. They just wanted to try a rush. It didn't go to plan. Hey, look, next round, at best, you've got a 3-3 half, which I think they're pretty damn happy with.
Well, that's exactly what you want to see. 3-3 half is what Kill Squad will be looking for. A 4-2 would be absolutely amazing for Trident, and I definitely think they would go happier into the attacking round. But then again, Kill Squad, we know how good their attack is. We've seen some of their incredible plays for attack on the good old side of Chalet. So it all depends on what happens in the next few minutes and well, I guess this round, really, to identify whether or not Kill Squad will be able to have a good attacking run. They need this round so much, and you can immediately see it there. They're not going back to upstairs. They've lost it twice, so they are going to look to set up straight in to a different site as well. It's going to be kitchen, but it's also going to be living. It's not going to be meeting. So it's going to be a little bit different.
Definitely the tertiary site you don't see played very often, because the verticality makes this site almost unplayable. But if you play it right in terms of the defense, you can definitely do a lot of work. And the thing is, they don't try to have a buck.
Bomb located by attackers.
So the verticality is not really a thing inside of this round, which could very much play into Trident's favor. Into Kill Squad's favor, sorry. But it'll all base on this final round and whether whether Kill Squad are ready for the push from Master, and wait and see whether they can get it done.
So
Ben also going to be playing on that. Sorry, Ben's going to be playing on that cap can. So they've already seen one, but how late will this cap can come into play, and see how it affects Trident?
So my biggest concern right now for Trident, right, is they've put all members upstairs in towards dorms. They're not even putting a member to watch for rotations back on Little Tower. They're not even trying to get anyone in position to cover Little Tower or any sort of movement. Obviously that's your power play in your power area, so it leads me to believe that maybe Trident were thinking this 100% is going to be a meeting setup, but it doesn't look like that is the case anymore. Rice moving nice and freely downstairs with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining on the board. They're still looking to try and open up there. The Ash charge being completely cut off by the Jaeger. So it's a little bit of damage coming down here and there, but with 60 seconds remaining, Trident are going to need to start speeding up this push. Pew straight going off there. Seven's taking a little bit of damage. He's going to be spotted out and immediately brought down. Good read by Pew as the rest of the teammates for the side of KS start to make their way up. They're on the look and on the prowl to try and see if they can spot out exactly where these people are. Culture making a misread at the perfect time, but Ben's there to collect it up. 30 seconds remaining on the board. Two members looking at the drop. Make it one. It's going to be Sweat. Maybe push down White Stairs is the most aggressive sort of action. Pew's going to jump in, immediately picked up by Rice as he'll make the peak. Misplay by Rice, as now they'll have sight control. Faulty holding nice and close on Zeb, but immediately Ben's able to pick it up. Shuri able to find one. Sweat's able to find one. It leads it down to Culture. Culture misses his shots, and Trident 4-2 in the first half.
It's not very common that you see that gunfight lost by Culture there, but clearly something just went a bit wrong there. And yeah, a 4-2 half. I was expecting a 4-2 half, but not in the favor of Trident. Trident definitely out here making one heck of a statement. I've said it a lot, but man, beautiful attacking half from them.
And this could be something absolutely incredible coming in here from Trident. But as we say that, unfortunately, a member has left and we were not able to pause at this time. So regardless, Trident will begin their setup. They're going to play around with this round. Looks like as much as they want to. So get ready for a 4v5. A member that doesn't have good HP, but Trident are going to request a rehost, and that is completely allowed. So that is it. That is the reset. So ladies and gentlemen, we will be going back to a rehost. We apologize for that, but sometimes, every once in a while, a member does have bad internet, and there's nothing really more that you can do about it.
Yeah, and we're also playing on a Ubisoft game, which tend to have some issues sometimes. So we'll get this sorted out super quickly, and we will hopefully get back into this. And this gives a bit of downtime for Kill Squad. They've got some time to refocus, reanalyze what happened on that attacking half, and make sure that it's not going to happen when we return to the game.
I mean, well, let's talk about it, right? Round number one, easily Kill Squad's favor. They bled the time perfectly. They took their time to slowly fall back on each of their angles, and they had easily enough time left spare to just sit in sight and wait for the push to come. Missed frags coming in from all of Trident cost them a lot of their players and a lot of their positions that just it wasn't working out, and immediately they got caught within round number one. Coming into round number two, that completely flipped on its head. They went to dorms and they had no idea how to control it. It was a very close 1v1, I must say, in the very end. A very sloppy sort of situation. And Seven, unfortunately, impactnated himself, so he couldn't actually hear the movement of, I believe it was Shuri?
Yeah,
No, Sweat.
It was Pew.
It was Pew.
I was wrong. Pew over on the ace.
Pew, of course, on the ace. He was actually able to misread the position for good old Seven, and it did catch him. Now, coming into round number three, we did have a few issues on the side of Kill Squad. Two members getting caught off real early, which caused a few problems back and forth. And moving into round number four on that, they were able to try and secure something downstairs, but the rush play. We love to see the rushes being made and the plays being made, but unfortunately it was immediately shut down. Then going into round number five, it looked like it was going to be good old Kill Squad's round. Nah. It was Trident's round, and they got the control that they needed. I've actually got those two wrong. 4 was not the rush, it was 5. My apologies. Regardless, coming in to round number 6, what looked to be good old Kill Squad's round. They had the numbers, they had the positions, they could have cut it off. It was so easy to hold it down. But then again, and it is as it is, it was easily overturned. Shuri and his teammate that were there, I believe it was also 7, correct me if I'm wrong, were able to just completely shut down any sort of playstyles, any sort of movements coming in from the members of Kill Squad. So the question is, for now, Kill Squad, they've been able to bleed off a lot of the time. They've been able to remove the players from the equation that they need to with significance. They even had a diffuser drop down in front of their faces at one point, but they just seem to be getting caught out. Shuri seems to be opening up so many avenues right now for Trident. What do they need to change in the future? What are they doing wrong? What do you think, Len?
It's definitely going to be very interesting to see what Kill Squad do, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what they're fixing, because you're on an entirely different side now, and it looks like we're going to have all our players back up ready to go in as well. We're going to be heading back into that final round that we had just started.
Well, we'll be moving back to that very shortly, but for now, ladies and gentlemen, just think on it. How can Kill Squad change their attack? How can Trident cut off all of their angles, all of their problematic attitudes and their playstyles? What will happen? Get ready. And it looks like we will be once again moving into the same setup. Oh, we've had a small issue.
Mistake.
It looks like Kill Squad are actually on the defensive side. So we'll get a quick switch. Apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. It sometimes happens.
This is what happens when I have to cast and observe. This is why you shouldn't put me onto the casting desk. I'm too busy talking to focus on what I'm supposed to be doing. My apologies. We'll get it fixed up super quickly. I even asked the teams to make sure that I was doing it right.
Well, welcome to my life. I'll be honest with you, Ling. I've had this happen so many times regardless, my friend, but it does happen. So we'll go back into conversation on this entire situation and entire thing. Obviously, Kill Squad, with their playstyles, we've seen them previously. Their attacking rounds are absolutely insane. They've got no Mackenzie today, so we will probably not see a lot of that good old Glaz play. Normally, they have a lot of playstyles with that Glaz. They also sometimes bring in the Sens, good operator that you barely ever see played by a lot of these teams, but he's a very, very good operator when trying to get plants and situations down where you can just hold an angle, keep it chill, wait it out, and then maybe make a push at the last few seconds. Regardless, though, it all depends on whether or not they decide to really play with that, really play around with that sort of operator, get a push, get a setup, get everything down that they need to. Then again, Trident, they have been on a rip and tear in the last few games, or rounds I should say. Last few games they've had a bit of troubles, but going up against the third team so far in this competition, they're seeming absolutely unstoppable. They just have the ability to roll over this team, and I'm not sure what's going on with Kill Squad. For the last few weeks that we've seen Kill Squad play, they have been a very good team with only a few minor mistakes. Tonight, it's just gone on its head.
Yeah, I think having a sub in place for Kill Squad may be the issue. I know Mackenzie was having technical issues before the start of tonight's match. It was a 50-50 whether he was playing or not. I think those 50-50 situations can really play a massive factor, because first of all, the sub doesn't know if they're going to play, and then at the same time, the rest of your team doesn't know whether you're going to have to adapt your strats or anything like that. And I think that's what we could be seeing from Kill. But at the same time, I also might be entirely wrong, and they were prepared to play with 7 tonight, and they're just throwing, I guess.
Well, it's either that they are not really having the best of times with their teams, or they are not able to control the way that their team is operating, or they're just playing around for fun. You know how it is. Some of these days, some teams just try to do that regardless in this current competition. And so far, if Kill Squad do end up losing this, they will be knocked down quite a peg with the teams that have done so well so far this evening. And then on the opposite end, Trident, they'll find their first win in this series, which will be absolutely incredible for them so far, especially against a team up in the top 4 in its current stage. So there's a lot really riding on this for both of these two teams. If the squad lose, it just all starts to sink, all problems start to seep in, and Trident gets their first win, starts to make their move up. If Trident lose, unfortunately, it's not a big loss for them. They are at the bottom of the leaderboard at this stage. A good win here would do great for them, but again, knocking Kill Squad off their massive peg would be a great option for tonight.
Sorry, I'm currently trying to set up this lobby.
You're all good.
I apologize. This is quite stressful because I want to make sure I do this right, because obviously we have another match yet to play and I want to make sure we're doing it right.
That's all good. Well, as we are still trying to get this match set up and just making sure that we have everything set for you guys and girls ready to go, we will just take a little bit of time here to get that fully set. Regardless, with these two teams, obviously we've seen them play, but now is the switch up. So everything that we have seen them play previously is going to be completely turned around, completely on the change up. For now, Trident, 3 rounds away, 3 wins away from making this victory massive. And Kill Squad, they'll need to start with a bit of a turnaround here. They need to find 5 rounds to secure their own victory. But the score differential is only 2 rounds, so it doesn't matter too significantly as we move in to round number 7.
I have realized where my confusion was. When you if you check it at halftime, the game swaps the icons in the main lobby and then again in the game. So that's where I got my confusion from. I had assumed that it was correct and then it would swap. So we've got it right. Kill Squad on the attack. Trident over on defense. Let's get into the second half and get it done. Apologies for all the issues.
Well, as we know, and as we have already talked about, Trident are now on the defensive side. That was their only rehost for a member being lost. Regardless, they can request it, but that will be it for this evening. So they cannot choose to do another rehost. The only one that can will be Kill Squad. But for now, it looks like all of the members of Trident are up and are ready to go. So 5v5, Ben's going to be picking up that operator that I always said he does, the Aruni. Is it Aruni? Or am I wrong?
That was indeed an Aruni.
I thought I was wrong, my apologies. Aruni being brought into the play. So we'll see him immediately going into second floor there. And here we go. Ben's going to make his push straight down. And now he'll start opening up straight upstairs. But 7, that's a huge kill. Shuri's going to be taken off the board straight off the bat. And he can start making his push in. So already we're starting to see a different playstyle coming in from Kill Squad.
Yeah, look, it looks like I've given them plenty of time to cool down and reset. And they're a bit ready. 7 opening it up, getting us ready to go at the start of the half. And Trident doing a mix between a roam and an anchor on site. You can see half of them off site, half of them on site. And it would depend on whether Kill Squad's prepared to deal with this. And Zebi is going to be all the way downstairs in basement. I wonder if Kill Squad have a drone ready for it.
Well, it looks like they don't have anything in the perfect position right now. as the live drones will start to come through. Zebby's still playing on that underneath, will be picked up if the drones can identify him, but they won't yet. Ben's able to find a kill on to Sweat, so that's a huge pick, and they can start making their moves up. But Zebby, I wonder where he is, where his position is currently playing. Ben's going to make his push up. Zebby's made his push in. He believes he knows exactly where 7 is positioned, but Ben's going to start to make his move back. He's going to be picked up. Zebby's able to find the kill. Faulty is the player upstairs. That's my apologies, as 7's able to confirm a kill. Culture able to find one onto Zebby. It's down to 1 member. It's down to the last man standing. Good old Taz. He's got so much to search for, so much to find. We'll cut off the white stairwell. Nade will come in, so he'll have to make his position known and make his move. Be able to spot out Rice, but Rice now knows exactly where he is. Faulty making his way back will be able to spot out the kill. And Kill Squad will find a round for themselves as soon as they get on the attack. Coming into round number 8, Basement Laundry, Basement Supply will be the site of call for good old Trident. Now we're starting to see a different sort of playstyle, a different sort of positioning coming in from Kill Squad. It looks like they haven't gotten their defensive halves really set down yet, really confirmed in their positions, because the second that we see them on the attack, they are a very scary threat when it comes in to their playstyles. Right now, the immediate pickup, that Mirror, who was able to slip through the ban phase, will straight up be used by the side of Trident. Not sure if that's the best position for the Mirror, but immediately it will be recalibrated. So, Trident, they're looking like they're in a decent amount of control right now, but Kill Squad definitely have the momentum with them currently.
Yeah, Kill Squad definitely getting that 1 round back, making it only a 1 round differential. Definitely gets you a bit of confidence back. I think Kill Squad will suddenly realize, like, hey, like, we can actually play this. Let's continue to play smart, continue to play the way we're supposed to be playing, and just be ready to match their aggression. Just like that, Ben's going to be jumping straight into small tower. Only person going to be contesting it is Shuri over in Z-Hole. Oh, but Sebi is going to be playing over by that kitchen side as well. So Trident going to have to be careful here, as well as Kill Squad. And the red pings are going to go out, and they are going to be aware of Ben. But the drones are going to make Kill Squad aware of Zebby.
Well, right now that's going to be Shuri falling off, as Zebby will now make his way back. And look at the time differential. By 1 minute and 30 seconds, Trident was able to clear all of this first floor as well as the top floor. By 2 minutes, they've almost cleared everything already. So now Kill Squad can start making their movements known. Ben taking the aggressive sort of playstyle, which is exactly what you wish to see when you've got members that are so well prepped and so well ready for any sort of push to come in. 7 also jumping on to quite an interesting operator. He's brought the Maverick into play, but Ben still with a lot of his utility available, as they will actually have brought 2 operators that have so many breach charges. They have 4 in total. It's not often that you see this from teams trying looking to get a little bit cautious with their positioning. They need to be careful that their position isn't going to be overrun or outplayed. Chaos, with 70 seconds remaining on the board, they have a lot of time to play around with this. 7's made a slow push down in towards Freezer. We'll probably pick up exactly where Taz is, but it's all down to the way that Taz plays. We've also got a member outside. It's going to be Faulty. He's going to be pushing in towards the bunker. Huge pick by him, as he's able to take down Sweat. They start to make their move up. Culture's able to find one as well. Prone on the floor is not a man that you want to go up against. Ben's going to make his way in as well, so he'll be up against a lot of the team members in towards the site. Seven's going to be on the opposite end, and right now all three members of Trident looking scared, dazed and confused. But there we go, the plays are starting to come out. Rice will find one, Kocha will find one, Zebi will find one, as Taz is the last member standing. It is a 2v1. The plant's going to start to go down. Taz goes for the wide peak, but Coach is immediately able to find it, and Kill Squad will start to even up the scoreboard.
And this is what I was saying. Culture is a late game shooter. You get him late game, he's going to start clicking heads. He'll get himself locked on, and just like that, I think he picked up 3, maybe 4 kills in that round. Just like that, shutting down Trident to take us to a 4-4 tie.
A 4-4 tie is where we like to see it. As long as we can get as much, as much gameplay as we can. We love having this content regardless. Going downstairs, it looks like we're going to be setting for bunker once again. So even with the last round being played out, it looks like Trident have said enough is enough. We want to secure downstairs no matter what. We need to find this round, otherwise Kill Squad can just start rolling over them. Right now they know that they cannot win upstairs, they cannot win downstairs, and they haven't tested mid-floor yet. So Trident, a securance of one of these sites would be exactly what they're looking for. But again, Kill Squad, they're starting to show their fangs now. They're starting to show their mercenary members when they come out to play. And Ben, being the one leading the charge, is leading Culture with 4 kills. So he's welcomed himself back into this match, as now it looks like Ben will just immediately look to push straight downstairs.
Yeah, having the Ying for the downstairs push at the final end of the round is Taz going to do it? Is Taz going to do it? Taz is going to do it, but Ben's going to shut him out. Culture's going to find another. Culture is sharp right now. Do not peek him. You are not going to win. This is the Kill Squad we needed at the start of the game.
And where were the boys? Where was the setup that was necessary from Kill Squad? Where were they playing? It's all gone wrong for Trident. Kill Squad are now fully active and they're fully aware. Zebi looking to see if he can possibly just find something, but he's going to get downed as well. So now it's down to 2 members. Shuri answers back, the member that has been doing so much for his team, but in a 4v2, you need to find these outside peaks, and Pew and Shuri will find 2 of them, which is more than I thought they would be able to get regardless. But now they have 2 members to watch 4 entrances. 3 members for the side of Kill Squad can push these varied entrances. So, all depends on their next playstyle. What are they going to push? What are they going to cut off? And Culture,
You've got no way to get rid of the Cades.
no way to get rid of the Cades anymore, thanks to Faulty's death. So it looks like they're going to have 1 player going outside of bunker, 1 player going straight down the back stairs. But will 1 player move towards freezer?
I feel like splitting up is what got them into this situation in the first place. Just having one-on-one frags is kind of the reason that they're now in a 3v2 and Trident can possibly win this round. But Culture's going to be able to aggress down. He's going to know they sit inside a freezer. And obviously, Mira being the last one alive, they're just going to have that intel that they're going to be playing over in small box. But a bit of a misplay from Culture, but Pew's going to take a lot of burn damage there. Shuri going to toss out the C4, not going to do too much damage. Those Yings are going to go out, but Rice is going to go down. That's going to put the kit cold. The kit is going to be cold, and Pew's going to try to toss a C4. Look, you got to respect the effort. He's going to get taken out. Shuri going to be left in the 1v3. He's going to be fully flashed as Rice starts to get the plant down. He's going to down Culture, unfortunately taken down. Ben, going to take out Ben. Very little time left. Can he take the 1v3? Shuri, very little HP. Rice on even less.
And in this situation, you can't count out Shuri, but then again, you can never count out Rice as he comes in, confirms the kill, and huge ups to Shuri there, who had the integrity and ability to find 3 kills. Well, make it 2 in that round, but was able to find 3 in the overall scheme, but 2 rounds in that downstairs take and that downstairs push, so you got to give it to him. He played that exceptionally well, just missing a few shots onto the final member. It is what it is. Unfortunately, Shuri, you're doing so well for your team, but your team is not there with you. And right now, Kill Squad will take the lead in the series, a lead that they started off at the very beginning. And now it just begs, what are Trident gonna do? Because this upstairs will be the biggest problem for them if they cannot hold it. If they fail on holding this site, it's all gonna crumble.
Yeah, you're gonna have to try rely on a tertiary site to see if you can get yourself a 5th. But then at the end of that, you're stuck going back to one of the 2 sites that you lose. So if Kill Squad gain a match point here and secure themselves at least 1 point, it could be looking very scary for Trident.
Well, preparation phase is over. Once again, we're going to have 2 members from the side of KS pushing on to this back area, looking to see if they can try and find as much info as possible, but straight away, Sweat, he's going to be a little bit hurt up. He's going to be taking down a little bit of HP, and no members on his team can really help him get back up for that. So it looks like he's going for a more aggressive sort of playstyle. And as much as KS want to appreciate that, they definitely have the ability to cut it off if they just do decide to. Culture slowly starting to make his move up. Does have a drone to provide him with the info. Will spot out Zebby, so he knows that that player is in front and that player may actually be cut off. He's looking to try and see if he can get an angle from upstairs. Pushes back into service, so he's okay for now, but Culture's just going to try and wait him out. He can play the time period for as long as possible. On the opposite end, Ben is going to push from the, I believe that's going to be from Garage. Faulty looking for the upstairs play, as immediately that's a huge kill. 7 able to find one onto Shuri, but cleaned up straight away. Zebby will clean it up onto Zevin. Ben's able to find one on the opposite end on Sweat. So this is starting to turn into a bit of a bloodbath for both of these teams. Currently 3v4. There's now Ben. He's already looking to push up towards main. Just trying to find that player in towards service. Culture will spot one as immediately Zebby. You need to make a push out. You need to get away from this area. And he will continue to sit in that area. So he's going to make the drop down. And they would have heard that impact grenade. So Ben's going to immediately push down. See if he can find the angle. So he's just waiting for it. We'll spot him out. Figure out exactly where Ben's coming from. 50 seconds remaining on the board. No players are going to be able to make their push in towards the site yet. But look at this. Look at that from Trident. They've moved all of their players off of the attic. Faulty's going to have a shooting fest here. He can just start to make his way up. The peek's going to be made. He'll find one. Now they need to be concerned about this attic with 2 players left on the board. 3 positions for Kill Squad to make their push in, and 20 seconds remaining. They're all going to push in at the same time. Faulty already making the move down. Rice can look to jump straight in. Pew is in a very bad position. He's going to get aggressive, able to find Faulty. That means he can start falling back, but Culture's got both of the angles. Rice is able to successfully get in. Plant is going to be attempted. Taz needs to look for it. Culture's able to find the kill. It's all down to Taz. Diffuser's going to be planted. 45 seconds remaining on the board. They need to clear up on this angle if they can find anything, but nothing's going to be hinted just yet. Culture going back and forth as they will make the push in, but that is Kill Squad taking it to match point.
Kill Squad have been scaring me the last couple rounds. I'm gonna be honest. Their single plays have been scaring me, but they managed to bring it back. At the end of the round, they end up playing that coordination that we know they love, and they're doing really, really well. So, match point, secure themselves the point on the scoreboards. Trident, you've got to try and make an effort and see if you can score yourself your first points. You've got to win at 2 rounds. You managed to win 3 in a row. Just got to do it again, and you might even get that dub.
And now here just comes the scary outlook, right? Kill Squad have not lost a round in this half. Trident have not won a round in this half. That is a very, very, very terrifying outlook. And honestly, I don't know what you can do from Trident here. I'd be taking a timeout as soon as they hit 5th, because that's a concern. That's a big concern. And now they're able to secure over to match point. This is just not looking good, honestly. It is such a problem child for both of these two teams. And I just wish right now Trident the best luck in trying to control this. But right now, Kill Squad, they're just prepped to run this team over.
Yeah, and you can't rule it out from Trident. At the same time, Kill Squad, after losing 3 rounds in a row, didn't take a timeout and was still able to pull at least one more round out of their pocket. Trident may be able to do something similar. Trident just have to go back to the roots of what was working originally. They were aggressive. They were peeking almost every gunfight rather than getting peaked themselves. And it seems to still be working here. When they peak a gunfight, they tend to win. So they've just got to try and match that aggression that they had in the first half, and they might be able to send it to overtime, potentially even get a W against Kill Squad here, which would be massive. Sure, you're going to be hiding inside of armor, you're going to be able to find all that. Not a great way to start the round. Faulty going to be covering that, or rotate back from sight, and going to be able to shut down Mr. Taz. Shoot Wamai off the board too. You're not going to be able to toss any of those discs out late round and try to help your team. Shuri and Culture here. Culture's going to be completely missed. The miss drone is going to be massive, but Shuri's going to take the misplay from Culture. Not even realize that he's up there.
And that's exactly right. I mean, Culture's just completely moved out from that position, and now actually it looks like he's actually read exactly where this player is, and he'll see it now. As soon as the drone starts to get picked up, he knows that position of that player. So Shuri is basically useless right now. He's going to need to make some sort of play where he jumps out a window or opens up the wall upstairs. He has no impacts, and they can just start flashing him. There we go. The flashbangs are going to go in. He's fully blind. Shuri's going to be taken out, as Ben will confirm the kill. Few's going to be taken down as well. And as I say it, what worked for Trident was being on the defensive half, but now they're not. Was being on the attacking half, but now, oh lord, Kill Squad, they are on their attack. 2 members remain for Trident, and this is not going to be a flawless. Zebi starts announcing his position. Ben's able to find the kill onto Zebi. It's all down to Sweat. It's going to come down to the end of this. That's it all. As much as we wanted to see Trident win, and the underdogs did need one, Kill Squad come away 7-4. And what can be said when these team members start playing well? They absolutely dominate.
Yeah, I think a lot of that really comes down to Culture at the end of that rehost. 8